Hey guys, so I am here for another episode of Smite Arena, and today we are going to have a story time with Isaac. So last night I thought of a thing, so I thought of childhood stories, and I put on my iPod a list. Hold on, let me move there we go, that's better. But I thought of a list of stories I could talk about as I played the game. So let's start off with fads from when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, there were like, well, I'm still a kid, but when I was in like elementary school, there were like 4 big fads. So first we have Webkins, and that was big. I don't know if anybody else ever played Webkins, but it was like you bought the stuffed animal, then you like register them online, and then you could take care of them online. I mean, the stuffed animals were cool, but then you know you got to take care of them in houses and stuff like that. That was the best part. Then after that, I think pencil toppers. They're like these things you buy in machines, and like you just crank them out, and they were like you just put them on top of pencils. Most people just collected them, but I remember we didn't have one by me, so my grandma, she'd go to like wherever, like a Giant Eagle or something, and while she was there, she'd like buy a bunch of them and mail them to me. And then after that, it was silly bands, which my dad was never a big fan of those. He never really liked the idea of those because they were just rubber bands. But so like they were rubber bands that were shaped like things, and you put them on your wrist, and that was it really. And the scented ones, I mean, I have a drawer full of them. Someday I could like put a picture of an Instagram on it or something like that. And then Rainbow Loom was the thing after that. I think it's still kind of a thing, but it's like you made bracelets with rubber bands. Rubber bands have been a big thing. Now, let's see. Okay. What else do we have in here? Oh, I also remember when I was in elementary school. So I thought I was super cool because I had a Mario hat, and then I had this like brown jacket, and I had a watch that like Scooby-Doo on it or something like that, and I thought I was like the coolest kid ever. When meanwhile it was, I don't know. I mean, not to say you're not cool, but certain people can pull it off. And, nah, I was just like sitting on the playground, like doing monkey bars or something like that, with my hat and my Scooby-Doo watch. And I remember when my dad would come to pick me up after school, if he was like 3 minutes late, I'd be like looking at my watch, I'd be like tapping it, I'd be like, you were 3 minutes late to come pick me up. What's another thing we got? So also when I was, oh man, Perseus has left the match. But so this is what I'm gonna do right now whenever we're waiting for the match to queue up. I remember when I was younger, I had trouble with my R's and W's with saying them. So it was like "ruh" and "wuh." I still have trouble with them sometimes. Just, I don't know, they sound alike. Here, hold on, we'll continue this in a bit. But just keep that in mind. Well, looks like my roll's set out for me then. Well, Guan Yu I'm getting close to mastery level with, so let's go Guan Yu. But anyways, so there's this song we do at the end of kindergarten, where everybody was assigned a letter and we had to like sing about it. And I got like W, and I was like, dang it, because W was the word I had, the letter with R, that I had a lot of problems with, so I had to practice that a ton with my family. It was like, we live in the whole wide world. I was like, world. That's what I'd be like, because my W's would sound like R, so it'd be a world. Let's see. Then we have, oh, also in elementary school, they always had, they were like, when you guys get older, there's not going to be parties in 5th and 6th grade. There was parties in 5th and 6th grade. In case you're in elementary school and you're wondering that, yes. Well, I don't know. They still had parties. I mean, they weren't the same thing, but they still did things. Hey, we have a diamond, but they still had parties and stuff like that. They didn't just drop that. What else do we have? We got oh, so Pokemon trading cards. So trading things were a pretty big thing in elementary school. Like Lego figurines were a thing for a while. I remember I traded like a rare figurine with some dude for like 2 other figurines. And then the night after, I was like, you know, I kind of want that figurine. I traded back. But I kind of forgot about it at school. And then the kid was like, yeah, I want to trade back. And I was like, sure. And I was like, score, I got my thing back. But anyways, Pokemon trading cards. So that was a thing in like first grade. It's still a thing, but like actual kids played them, and it was cool then. Well, at least at school. I still like Pokemon stuff. I'm a pretty big Nintendo fanboy. But anyways, Pokemon trading cards. So I remember at the store at at a college, my parents went to when we went there for a day. We stopped at the store there, and we bought my first Pokemon cards. It was like a Glaceon and Leafeon deck box. They were like all cool and stuff like that. I was like looking through them while we were watching a TV show that night, like Amazing Race. My dad and I watched that a ton when we were a kid, or when I was younger. We still watch it a bit now, but not that much anymore. But anyways, so I was looking through and I come into school, I'm like, I'm gonna be all cool now because I have Pokemon cards and stuff like that. And then I get in there, and then like the next day they have the whole rule that we can't bring them in because kids were trading them, and then they were starting to cry because they didn't like their trades. Yep. So then Pokemon cards kind of ended. But it's still a thing, just not at school anymore. So, what's happening here? I've been busy thinking about stories. I remember, so in terms of sports stories, when I was younger, I did soccer a lot. I now have moved more onto basketball and cross country and track, but I did soccer. Like, not legit, I haven't really done anything legit, but I just do it. Oh, okay, I guess I get this. Okay. But, so soccer, my favorite days out of that would be like the tournament days, or it'd just be like Little League or whatever, and everybody would just verse each other. But this one kid out of our group, he had a dad, and he'd rent this like party bus that we'd all stay in throughout the day, and he had like TV in there and like donuts. And regardless, even when he wasn't on my team, just you get to eat food all day long in between them. And that's just amazing. Those are the best days, like with cross country, when you're waiting for a thing. When you go to races, at least our school, parents and stuff bring food, so we get to eat that. And just food. I mean, that makes everything better.
Sorry.
But it's not so good for track. You don't really have that because they have concession stands and stuff like that at the schools. Yeah, because cross country, you're running out in the woods. For track, you're just running out of school, so you can do concession stands and stuff like that. But like, so I run like the long distance stuff, and so that's like after everything else. So you'll be like sitting there, like waiting for it, because you know it's not like you're scared, but you have like that knot in your stomach where you're like, eh, because it's like the 1 mile and a half mile, and it's just really long. It's not like, I don't know, just like, you know, you're kind of like, ooh, I'm gonna have to do that in a bit, and you just have to watch everybody else run. And then finally, they're like, 1 mile, come down to the field. And then you do it, and that's over. But you just have to wait forever. And it's like everybody's eating food, and you're like, I can't eat food because I have to run in bed. Yeah, this is bad. Oops. Yeah, that's a thing for track. What's some other stories? I might have already used them all up. Wow, how far are we in? Like 4 minutes in? I'm gonna need to brainstorm some more. We have... Oh, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that one.
Obey the call of our
What else do we have here? I don't have items to buy, that's okay. I probably should focus on Smite a little bit more and stop telling stories. But they're really good stories, I think. Dang it, he already left again. Oh, I think his game glitched out, he couldn't buy items, that's why he left. But, so he's here, it's just his computer's messing up and stuff, so that's okay, it's understandable, it happens to the best of us. Go, still redeem me. And some other stuff. We got... First of all, for track and cross country. Well, the season's starting back up for cross country, and like I went to the first... It's a for fun practice, really, you don't have to go for it. But there were only 2 other boys in my grade there. Because I guess other people have other sports and stuff like that to do, but it was like, oh, we're it for now. Because I mean, more people do. It's just we got other things to do. I don't really have anything else during fall season, so. But so like, you know, we're there, and they're like, we're gonna do mile loops tonight, and we do that, and it's like, you know, you should do 2 by the end of this, and 3 is extra. So I like jog the 2 without stopping. Which you might be like, Isaac, you run a lot. Well, no, by the time I was done with it, I couldn't feel anything. Like, it was like everything was flashing white and black, and I couldn't feel my arms or my legs. And then they're like sat down, everybody was just like drinking water. They're like, yeah guys, you can now do another one. And we were like, no. Just because like I started jogging it, and then I just kind of sat back down. I was like, nope, not doing another one. So I kind of walked another one, and then that was it. Well, I walked like a fourth of another one. And then it was over. That's all we really did. That the things I could go to, they love stretching. We like to do like that for half an hour. I guess we count warm up too. That's it. Then, if you're ever curious about cross country, I mean, you don't have to run 2 miles every day. You can, don't worry. But that was an extra. We just want to go a little bit above, so that way when we're actually there, we can run it easy or whatever. So officially, typically it's like 1.9 miles to 1.5. So don't worry if you don't want to run 2 miles. But if you're curious about cross country, you should do it. I mean, it sucks at the beginning. I'm going to be honest with you. But once you start running more and you learn how to run and stuff like that, it'll be easier. Don't you dare laugh at me, you rat. Never mind, okay. Ah! Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Oh, that's what you get for laughing, rat. Don't taunt, okay? That's what happens to taunters. Yeah. That watch is like rip. I forgot we're playing Smite. Same thing with track. Like, track, you just kind of... I don't know if anybody really does track. Well, I guess the short distance people. Because see, in track there are two different sets of people. There's the long distance people, and then there's the short distance people. It's like Smite, there's the conquest people, and there's the arena people. Like, you know, you guys like each other because you're on the same team, you know. For this, you both like Smite. For that, you both like track. You're at the same school, but you guys don't really like what each other do. Because, like, to long distance people, it's like, well, short distance, you don't have to put in as much work. But to short distance people, it's like, long distance people run so slow. So it's, you know, it's, you guys are still friends, but you're like frenemies. But so what else? Where was I going with this? So yeah, if you were short distance, you probably don't do it just because you want to just keep in running for cross country. But if you do cross country, you tend to do long distance and track just so you don't forget how to run between the two seasons or whatever. Let's see where we're going with this. And I'm not that good. Well, I mean, I hope I'm better now. I tried to practice over the summer. We'll have to see how that goes. But yeah. What other stories do we have here? We have... Oh, I remember I had this one friend when I was younger. And so I'd always go past me like super good friends in kindergarten and stuff like that. Now he turned out to kind of go into the cool kid group, and then, you know, I didn't. But so when we were younger, I'd always like go over to his house. I mean, you could kind of see it coming now that I look back at it, but he'd be like, he had like the newest Mario Party and all that stuff, and he didn't even like really care about it. Like I was like, holy cow, you have Mario Party 8? Because, you know, Wii and GameCube and stuff were a thing when I was a kid, and Game Boy Advance. But I was like, holy cow, I was like, let's play that again. He's like, no, let's go swimming. I was like, but I want to play Mario Party 10 again, or 9, yeah, or 8. No, it was 8 back then. 9 was the last one for the Wii, and then 10's the newest one. But 8, and I was like, oh, but let's play Paper Mario. I was like, look at all these cool games you have for the Wii. He was like, but I like to swim. You could just tell by then he liked to do sportsy things, and I didn't. So, yeah, I guess now that whenever you look back on it, it makes sense. No! Rest in peace, Amazon Cup. But, and then I had another friend. He lived next door, and I remember one day. So my neighbor had this tree with like white flowers on it. And one day we like picked all the white flowers off and we put it on our porch, and we said this is where we will get married when we grow up. Like, once we're adults and stuff, on this porch. And then my mom was like, clean that up, because there's flowers all over my porch. They're just like spread all across the porch. It was kind of amazing.
So immortally stupid.
Now that I think about it, I wonder how that neighbor felt about that. Cause did she know? I mean, I don't know if she ever knew that we did that. I think she was just like, there's no leaves on my tree. Oops. But and then I had another friend, And whenever I went over to his house, he's the one who introduced me to Smash Bros. And so Smash Bros is probably my favorite game. I like Smite a lot, but Smash Bros is probably my favorite game. Dang it, Ratatasker, stop taunting. Anyways, Smash Bros is probably my favorite game. But so he introduced it to me at his house. So like when I was then, like Nintendo, I didn't really know what that was, and I just knew Pokemon and Mario and stuff like that. I was like, you know, I saw on the cover, I was like, there's Wario in this game, and Pikachu, and Squirtle, which is awesome. Squirtle's awesome. But, and I just saw these cool characters, and I was like, who the heck is Link, and stuff like that, and Zelda. And then, so that's how I learned about the other, like, 3/4 of Nintendo. And, like, did I play Kirby then? I might have played Kirby a bit. But that's how I learned about the rest of Nintendo. And I remember I was like to my parents, I was like, this game is amazing. Like every time we were there, I just loved to play that game. It was like Pikmin stage, Wario was awesome. But when we were there, and then so like one day my parents were like, you can get a video game for what you did.
Retreat.
I forget what it was, but it
Retreat.
was like, I forget, I don't know. But anyways, so we go to the store, and I'm like, this is back when like Target and I think Walmart has them, and like those giant plastic shelf things, that like the plastic sliding door or whatever, and all the games are in there. Now they don't have that anymore, but that was a thing. And then with Smash Bros. There, my parents were like, you sure you want this? Because, you know, I mean, because there's like Mario, and he looked all cool and stuff. You know what I mean? Not to say Mario, he didn't look, but he was a dude. He like overalls and stuff like that. But now he looked all like manly and stuff like that in this game. He was kind of cool. Now that I'm more older, I like the more cartoony look that the new Smash Bros. Has. But back then I was like, whoa, Mario looks so cool in this game. But anyways, so I was like doing the... Hold on. I got killed here. Get over here, Tier. Okay, anyways. But so we bought it, and I remember I played like Subspace Emissary all night long. And it was amazing. I love Subspace Emissary in that game. It was like the best thing ever. I guess some people didn't like it, but it was so awesome to see all like the Nintendo characters together. It's one of the coolest things ever. Anyways, let's try to get out of here. I played the rest of the game. I didn't really know about all of it. And I remember I played that a ton. But, and I didn't even know Ganondorf was a character in the game. Like, I just kept on playing it. Like, I unlocked all the characters pretty much from, playing just rounds. Because, like, if you play like 100 matches, you get a guy. So on, so on. And I got all the hidden characters you get from Subspace Emissary, like Jigglypuff, Toon Link, and Wolf. I guess spoilers, but, you know, whatever. But I remember I was, like, playing it, and I didn't even know that I didn't even have all the characters. I was like, oh, wait, there's Ganondorf still to unlock. Dang it, you rat. I hate you. But, yeah, Smash Bros. That's how I got introduced to it. And that probably helped me with getting introduced to the rest of Nintendo. Let's go chase him down. Okay, never mind. Skylanders were a thing I did, like, played with for a while. That's Amiibo, that's a big reason why I like Amiibos a lot, because Nintendo. Because Skylanders are cool, but it's like, you know, I already have, hold on here, I'm searching up stuff, I can be bad at multitasking. But anyways, you know, it was like, Skylanders are cool, except they're characters that nobody knows ahead of time. I guess Spyro was already a thing before Skylanders. You just kind of put in for publicity or something like that, so that way people recognize them. Now it's not even focused on Spyro anymore, now it's Skylanders are their own thing. But, so I always bought them. I played the game till like Giants. Now they have like Swap Force, Trap Team. They're gonna come out with one with like race cars and stuff like that. That's cool. But yeah, that's how I kind of got out of that. And then Amiibos were a thing I did then. Like Disney Infinity, it was interesting. Except I mean, I like Disney. I like their movies and stuff, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, I love Mickey Mouse and Goofy and etc. You know, I just watch the movies. And they're doing that for Legos too now with the whole Skylanders thing, which could be good because the Legos, they're just gonna be Lego figurines. So since, because you know, it's not gonna cost so much because they gotta make entire figurines, it's just gonna be Lego dudes. They could do that cool because they already have Portal is gonna be in it. Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is another big thing. So Scooby-Doo. I remember. I had like, my mom had this good friend that we always called Aunt. I'm not gonna say her name because internet. But, so she bought us like the entire classic Scooby-Doo series. Like, you know the one, like the first one. And we always watched that. That thing was awesome. There's like, I remember it was really scary. You know, the like yellow underwater guy who'd pop out from a, he'd like climb out of the water when like Scooby-Doo and they were just chilling at the beach. And he's like, he was like, you know, a scuba diver with the yellow glowing suit or whatever. That thing was always super scary to me. Wait, the rat's still here? I thought he was dead. Get out of here, rat. Nope. It's totally worth it. Get over here, you rat. I think all my kills have pretty much been rat. But, ow. Woo. I'm out. But, what else? Oh, so then they made this more recent series called Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. And that TV series was really good, because it wasn't like, because it was a more mature Scooby-Doo, not like, you know, now we're gonna, like, blood and stuff like that, but it was like, you know, it's no longer the humor of like, I'm gonna step on the metal part of a rig. Oh no, the wood part now hit me in the face. It's more like jokes now. And they actually went into the whole Shaggy dating Velma thing and Fred dating Daphne. Which, if you were ever a Scooby-Doo fan as a kid, that was totally a thing. You like, why aren't they going into this? Because that's what I always did when I was a kid. I was like, you know, so say so Batman would date Superwoman. Justice League, that was another thing I watched a lot when I was a kid. And the Batman series. Not the original Batman series, but I don't know, I forget what it was called. It is like a specific, they're all called like the Batman. But it had like one season which is Batman, then the second season he started to team up with the cops. Then third season Batgirl became a thing, then fourth season Robin got in there. And then Justice League was in the fifth season, stuff like that. That was another cool series. Go! Okay, never mind, I got it. So what was I talking about most recently? Oh yeah, so like Superman would maybe, I guess Green Lantern would marry Hawk Girl. Hawk Girl. And then, you know, there's no other girls, so I don't really know what happened. Well, Superman, I guess, Lois Lane. Yeah, and I always think about that, like who would marry who, etc. I always thought about that. But, so that's why I was super happy when they went into that. And it was just a good Scooby-Doo series. Apparently some people didn't like it, but I thought it was really awesome. It also had like an overarching story instead of, this time we're gonna fight the Creeper. This time we're fighting this dude. And then it was like, bam, there's an overarching plot with super cool stuff happening. I'm not gonna spoil the end of it for you because it's a really good thing. Sure, I guess I could do a game with him later. But, it was just like a really good series. It got like really intense at the end. I'm not even talking about Smite. Dantos, yes. Are you wreck? What? Oh, yes. Some other stuff. Hey, I'm doing really good. I don't know how to play on you. So, what was Justice League? That had a really awesome ending to it. It's not really that much of a spoiler. I mean, I guess if you're worried about spoilers for like a 6-year-old Justice League series, you know, then be warned. But you know, whatever. It's whatever year old. But so like in the end, like Darkseid comes on over, and the supervillains and the superheroes team up to fight him, and that was really cool as a kid. Because I always thought that was really. I love the whole like everybody in the Justice League would fight one bad guy, or like the other time when all those robot guys of that one team fought the Justice. I just love that whole everybody in the Justice League or everybody in Teen Titans. Oh, that was another really good series, the original Teen Titans series when I was a kid. But like, so the villains and the good guys teamed up, like Lex Luthor, Batman, and Superman were on a team together. That was really cool. Lex Luthor ended up saving the day. Then they had like this really intense one, like Lex Luthor, like with the whole what if Superman killed Lex Luthor? They had that going on in there for a while. Then they had just like, and then Flash beat up Lex Luthor by like running around the world and then punching him. That was like the coolest thing ever. Cause to pick favorite heroes and stuff like that, it'd probably be so Nightwing, Flash, and Blue Beetle probably from DC, and then Gambit, Deadpool, and who else? I like Star-Lord. He's pretty cool. But like, so Flash was super cool because he was like always this funny character, and then he started beating up Lex Luthor like these really intense things, and it was like so crazy for me because you know, he's always this happy-go-lucky guy, and then bam, he's like crazy beating up Lex Luthor. It was like, whoa, Flash just got super cool. Then there was Young Justice, which I like that because it was a little bit more relatable than just Batman. It was like Robin and stuff like that. But the problem with that show is it had too many plots happening at once. Like, I got confused. You like, had Deathmatch or something like that. Just a ton of small plots and stuff like that they'd forget about, and they wouldn't continue for a couple of episodes, and it'd be like, where'd that plot go? And then, you know, bam, next season, hey, remember this plot from last season? I hope you did, because now we're gonna do an episode about it. Oh, hey, Ninja, what's up? I'm gonna hold you, okay, never mind, somebody else did it for me. I sound like I have a lightsaber. I'm like, no, are we gonna lose this? Yep, GG. Yeah. Well, I did really good there. That was a GG. Whoa. And then I guess I'll be queuing up later for a game of Salamander. Voice crack. That's cool. Voice cracks are always cool. Maybe next time we can get the mastery level. So that shall be it, folks, and I will see you next episode for another Smite with Salamander, I guess. So see you later, guys.